Until you change how you feel about yourself, how you view yourself, nothing else on the external will change. It doesn't matter how many affirmations or meditations or visualizations that we do. If our nervous system feels uncomfortable with those things that we're desiring, like more money, better relationship, better health, it will fight against us. And once again, I've mentioned this before, but it's almost like a thermostat. If it's set at 70, it might go up to 72, but then it'll be taken right back to 70. It might go to 68, but it'll be taken right back to 70. We have an internal thermostat that keeps us where we're at. And there's really only several ways to change it. And we have to get into our subconscious mind to do so. And I'm going to give you a way to do that right now. You want to identify as somebody who has abundance, who has a great relationship, who has wealth. You want to be somebody who can manifest these things easily. And you're going to say, how? Well, first of all, manifestation really is unveiling something that already exists. It's revealing things that already belong to us. So when we realize that, we're not just creating something out of thin air like a magician. These things belong to us. They're in a different timeline, on a different frequency. And when we line up with that frequency and our vibe is at the right place, they will be revealed to us. They will come to us. The right people will show up in our lives, and we will know what to do. We will get downloads from the quantum on steps to take, on things to do that will change our lives in many ways, in every area. I've had several things happen in my life that I've overcome with these beliefs. I was paralyzed for 4 months at one point, and not for 1 minute did I believe that my leg was not going to be healed. It was my left leg. I couldn't bend my knee. My ankle was just hanging there, and it was like that. And every day I would just look at it and try to move it, look at it and try to move it. But there was never a time that I felt I might be stuck like this the rest of my life. Sure, I was a little bit afraid on occasion, but I really had a deep knowing that this isn't going to stay like this. This is going to get better. And it did. 4 months later, I was perfectly fine. I don't walk with a limp or anything else. I have a little tingling in my leg sometimes, but that's it. I've overcome other health problems. I've come into money that was unexpected. So I know this works. But yeah, we have to change the way we view ourselves. If you enjoy our content, you might want to dive deeper and check out the 2 books that I've written. One is called Unleashing Destiny, which is a deep dive into manifestation and how our brain works to help us manifest. And there's also Believe the Best About Yourself and Your Life, a guide to living beyond childhood trauma. So please check those out. And also you can follow me on Facebook under Boyd Townsend. All right, so let's do this. First of all, make sure that your nervous system is relaxed. And one easy, quick method to do that is to breathe in and then breathe back out, but in a certain way. Breathe in for 3 seconds and then breathe out for 6. So whatever you want it to be, it could be 4 seconds and then breathe out for 8. It doesn't matter. If you do this, though, for a couple minutes, you will feel calmness just come over you. So calm your nervous system, as I was saying. Unless your nervous system is relaxed and in a receptive mode, then it's going to reject even this visualization that I'm going to give you. Once you're relaxed, visualize a very vivid scene in your mind. A place you want to be, like a vacation that you want to be on with the love of your life, and then you're in the best health of your life. Let's just say that. So you want to build this in your mind and in your body with feeling it too. So you don't want to just see it, you want to feel it. And another key to this is Don't look at it like you're watching a movie. Like, don't see it as, oh, there's me with some girl on vacation on a television screen. Do it from first person so that you're actually seeing with your eyes, so that you can look down and see your feet. This makes a big difference because that's how we actually see in real life. So it makes it more real to our subconscious. And add any kind of thing you can, like different images, smells, feelings, thoughts that you might be having if you were actually in this scenario in your mind. So once you're visualizing this, you're on vacation, your bank account's full when you're with the love of your life. Come up with a scenario of what you would say to them. Like, this is such a beautiful place. I always wanted to come here. And then they'll say whatever they say back to you. But have something in your mind like that that you can replay to make it more real, once again, to your subconscious, like you're actually living there and you're actually talking to the person that you're with. When you do this and you run it through several times, like just don't visualize it once. Run it through, 5, 6, 10 times, however it is, and make it a short scenario. You don't have to, it doesn't have to be 10 minutes long. Just even if it's 2 or 3 minutes, 1 minute, and then run that through until it starts feeling real to you in your body, until your nervous system starts accepting it as, okay, this is possible, this is happening, because our minds don't know the difference of what we're imagining or real life circumstances. And that's what's so great. That's why it's so wonderful that we have such imaginations. And that's also why Einstein talked a lot about, he has 2 famous quotes about imagination, how it's actually more important and more powerful than knowledge, which is amazing. So we have these wonderful tools, and when we take advantage of them and use them properly, we can recondition our minds, our thoughts, our emotions, and literally step into the version of ourselves that has everything we always wanted to have, that is the person we're always meant to be. And it seems like magic, but it's really not. It's just taking the steps to get there. All reality is our feelings, thoughts, and imaginations projected onto our senses of touch, feel, sight, smell, all that stuff. But we can do that in our minds, and that then becomes our reality. So when you're done with this exercise and you have elevated your thoughts and your emotions and you're in a good mood, walk how that person would walk. Walk how you would walk if you were actually in that situation. Talk, act, think, feel the way you would act and think and feel if you were actually in that situation where your bank account was endless, you're with the love of your life, and you're in perfect health. Do that as much as you can through the day. Do that every day. If we wake up every day and just become the best versions of ourselves, that's how we draw these things to us. That's how we change our subconscious mind. Our subconscious mind will give in eventually and realize that, hey, they're really serious about this. And it'll acquiesce to what we want instead of us being run by our subconscious mind 95% of the day, which is what most of us are. And it'll give in and it'll start giving us back what we gave it. It'll start telling us, yeah, you are capable. You are courageous. You are able. You are strong. You are wealthy. You are healthy. We can feed our subconscious minds the things that we want it to say back to us. And if you're not crazy about visualizing, you can also do this with meditation or scripting. If you'd rather write down this scenario and then read it back to yourself, if that's something that's going to make you feel it more real, then do that. If somehow you want to do that in a form of meditation rather than just calming your body and visualizing, then do that. There's several ways of doing anything. And the same with affirmations. You can do affirmations. I would just suggest that you do them early in the morning or late at night. As you know, I'm always saying that. So remember, ignore reality. I know that sounds insane, but serious, get a little bit delusional, ignore your circumstances. I mean, pay your bills if you have to, but ignore your circumstances. Don't let them run you. Don't let them scare you. We are the creators of our lives. We are in control, and we can teach our brains to believe things before they even happen. We can feel those things and live those things before they actually happen in the 3D world. So remember, all manifestation is unveiling and revealing things that already exist. It's not some kind of magic trick. All right, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you.